everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back to day 5 of Mental Health Week. So I apologize for yesterday for not having a video uploaded. I had some computer malfunctions and coupled with a little bit of stupidity, and my video on suicide prevention is now in virtual space somewhere in the clouds. But I'm going to continue on with today's video. It's a Q&A session. So you asked questions and we got the answers. I'm also joined by my lovely fiance, Zack Thomas.
That's me.
So, ready to do this?
Might as well.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. First question.
Okay. That's you.
Oh! Here we go. Sorry about that. I'm not very good at this. Not very used to it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bring it back. Question 1. Is it easy or hard for someone with PTSD to talk about the reason they have it? Is it helpful to talk about it with you, or is it better for you just to not bring up the subject to you?
Good question. But unfortunately, I can't speak for everybody who has PTSD. But I know for myself, if someone asks me why I have it, I'm okay to answer it. Now, for myself though, to not bring it up at all, I think there's a difference between being supportive about it and being sensitive. You know, it's good to be supportive and ask questions, you know, like, oh, you have PTSD, okay, you were abused, like, what was that like? But then you can also have the people on the flip side of that be like, oh, you had PTSD? Like, did your father hit you? Like, what did he do to you? If you want to learn more about PTSD, or you're generally concerned about what happened to me, I'm okay to answer those questions. But you can always tell when people are just fishing for information or trying to be nosy about it.
So this is a good one for you. What are the best ways you like to conquer the physical symptoms of anxiety when you get them?
My response to that is keep yourself distracted. After all this time living with my illness, I know my body well enough to know when something's going to go into a full-blown panic attack or I'm just having a bit of anxiety. I do things like yoga, I go for a walk, I'll ask you to take me for a drive. I just try to do things to keep my mind off my intrusive thoughts.
Over the years and your different medications you've had, were there any negative side effects that you found crappy about your different pills? Like overeating or lack of energy?
Damn right I had a lot of negative side effects. The biggest one for me was when I was on Seroquel, which was an antipsychotic. Not only was I so heavily medicated, I felt numb. I also gained a substantial amount of weight because usually I'm resting anywhere between 110 and 115 pounds, and I went up to 145. The other biggest one I had was dry mouth, but that's common with a lot of anti-anxiety and antidepressants. But that went away after 6 weeks, and most side effects do go away after 6 weeks. So despite those negative effects, you just talk to your doctor and you'll find a great solution. This one's for you.
All right.
As a spouse or partner, what do you think is the hardest part of living with someone with a mental health issue?
The hardest part, especially when this was first going on, is never knowing the right thing to do. I try to make you happy, I try to cheer you up, I try to joke with you, try to do whatever needed to make you happy. But realistically, that wasn't always what you needed. Sometimes you just needed to chill and, let it run its course. And then accepting that that's okay. That she doesn't feel good today, and that's all right. As long as you're there, help her out. That's the main thing.
Next!
Is it harder to talk about your PTSD with a stranger, like a therapist? Or is it harder to talk to people like in your family and friends?
And it might seem surprising, actually. It's way harder to talk to my family and friends about my PTSD than it is my therapist. For me, talking to them about it is hard because I feel almost in a sense guilty about it. Because not only did I hide my illness for a long time, they were in that situation too. And I feel when I talk about it, I'm dragging up those memories and those traumatic experiences again for them. As much as I love talking about it to them, on the same hand, I kind of don't want to because I feel like I'm hurting their feelings, or I feel a bit guilty about it, or unfortunately that lingering amount of shame is there as well. I think definitely, that building that rapport with your family is way harder than trying to talk to your therapist about it, for sure. Okay, we'll bring it back to you. What advice can you give to others with helping their spouse/loved ones living with mental health issues?
The best advice, or any advice I would give somebody, would be probably just have patience. It's tough not knowing the right thing to do, but the best thing you could do is just be there for them, no matter what, no matter how long it takes. You're never going to know what the right thing to do. Just do your best, no matter what. Be patient. Don't get upset if they get angry or upset or mad or take it out on you. Let them take it out on you. You got to be tough, but they're worth it. Be there for them. That's all. All right. What were some of the biggest progress moments or achievements you had after coming back from rock bottom?
I like this one a lot. This is a positive one. Well, for one, it's the little things. Living with this illness isn't as simple as you just wake up one day and you feel better, or you feel cured, or you feel like your depression went away. And so for me, it was as simple as things like, I baked again. I liked hanging out with my friends. I used to hum along to music. So I don't know if you noticed this more than I did, but I think it was like just starting to enjoy the little things in life again. The flip side of that, the achievements, I got asked to get published on Sick Nut Week. A few months later, I was published on The Mighty. And then not even 2 weeks after that, I was contacted by an author in New York to help collaborate on a book with him about mental health issues. To be here in this position now and do the things I do and, be able to sit here with a smile on my face, I think that's a big accomplishment.
Takes balls. Lady balls. Why did you call your blog Fighting the Good Fight?
I like this question. This actually came from therapy. I was only a couple sessions in with my counselor, and I remember my counselor looked at me and she said, "But this is the fight, Amanda. This is where the real fight begins." That really changed my perspective, and that really brought things home for me, because she was right. It's a matter of, life is worth living and life is worth fighting for. But at the same time, as I continued on to get better, I was still frustrated that I felt like I was alone and I was isolated and I had no one else to talk to about it. Me being me and stubborn, I was like, I don't need to do this. I can tell people about my mental health issues and I can talk about this and I shouldn't have to be ashamed of it. I realized after I wrote that first post, I was like, this is the fight. This is the fight that matters. It's not only just to fight for myself, but it's to fight for people out there who felt like me, who felt alone, and who felt afraid. That guess what? You don't have to be ashamed to have a mental health issue. You don't have to be ashamed to talk to your friends and family about it. Because at the end of the day, this is the fight that matters. Fighting the good fight for the people who deserve to feel accepted for who they are and illness and all. That's why I fight the good fight. Because it's not just for me, but it's for everyone out there as well.
Cue the Rocky music.
For joining me for this video, Zach.
No problem. I was getting paid.
So that concludes today's video. And remember to
get low!
Mental Health Week. And as always,
fight the good fight.